Hey y'all. I know it takes a second. It always takes a second. Gosh. I'm gonna be coughing up a storm. Ooh. Okay, y'all. This is random. Um Random meeting that they're doing random sprints. I am doing sprints. Um I have a lot of reviews that I need to finish that I have not finished that I need to finish that I have been putting off for a minute now. So, to help me get my reviews finished, I thought, let's do some sprints. And I put sprints question marks because y'all know, like, usually when we do sprints, we get to chatting about stuff and then we just get to chatting about stuff. So, Aaron, I'm sorry. Bree and I actually did not know that we were both doing sprints tonight. I had no idea that Bree was doing sprints. Bree had no idea that I was doing sprints. So, we apologize for y'all being caught in between the two of us. It was not a thing that we intentionally did. Hey Bree, how are you? Um, hey Liv. Yeah, so it was not intentional for y'all to have to choose between Bree and myself. Like, don't feel Lizzie got Bree on. That's the way to do it. Bree on your TV and me on the laptop. Yeah, don't feel like you have to choose between the two of us. Like, plus I know there's a couple of like live shows going on tonight. Really, I did this tonight to hold myself accountable more than anything because I have some work that I need to get done. So wherever you want to be tonight, if you want to stay here with me for a little while, then hop over to Bree, or if there's other live shows that you want to be a part of, like, don't feel like you must pick or choose one over the other. I'm sure Bree has probably said something along the same lines. So what is everybody reading? Like I said, I'm not going to be reading tonight. I'm going to be writing reviews because I need to get prepped to finish my what's it called? My final February wrap up. And I can't do that until I have um, finished my reviews because it kind of gives me a point of reference whenever I'm speaking. If y'all didn't know that. All right, so Chantel, am I saying your name right? Is reading Kindred by Octavia Butler. That's one that I'm supposed to be reading this year. I don't know when, but sometime this year. Let's see. Catherine, you said just stuff for class. I get that. I know. I've been there. I know how you feel. I get it. Starting stationery shop. Yay! That's great. That's great. Are you excited? All Boys Aren't Blue. Fabulous book. Fabulous book. I know George is currently going through a lot with how their book is being challenged. So I always appreciate it when I see people reading their book. I haven't read their second one, which is We're Not Broken yet, but I plan to read that one soon. And the bots are out tonight. All right, let me go back up here. Hey, Erica, how are you, my love? Aaron doing laundry. Beach read. Aaron, I think I saw you in Bree's thing earlier saying that you were in a reading slump. I think I am too, kind of. I don't know yet. I'm good. Thank you for asking. City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. It's been a while since I've read that. It's been a very long time since I read that. Official paper from a children's material. Children's materials class. I really enjoyed mine, and we did do a lot of focusing on picture books. Yes. That's so great. I'm so happy to see that. Amari and the Night Brothers. I need to do a reread. But like the second book has gotten pushed back quite a bit. Like at first it was coming out, I think it was supposed to come out originally like in February. Then it got pushed back till April. And then I went to go try to purchase copies for my system for April, only to see that it got pushed back to August. So it's been pushed back a lot. Felix Ever After, okay. There's a YA readathon going on right now. That's cool. Knife of Dreams, book 11. I'm still waiting for My Hold of the first one to come in, the audiobook for the first one to come in. And then I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to see if I can read the series. Open Water. I heard that one was pretty interesting. I haven't read it myself yet. History paper. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck. A lot of y'all are doing schoolwork tonight. Soulmate Stage Right by Bixby Jones. I don't think I've heard of that one before. Call Baby by Morgan Jenkins. Okay. Let's see. Okay, if you submit your paper, I have to switch Outlaw by Anna North for book club. I have a copy of that one. I still haven't read it yet. Don't know why. Iron Widow, which I'm excited to read it. I haven't read it yet, but I have the audiobook for that. Anything in a week? Yeah, it's like that. This month has started off slow. I feel like February and January started off as like very, very like heavy for me, like in the beginning in terms of like reading. I was reading a lot and I've slowed down. So it's the 5th and I'm on my second book, which I know for some people it's like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. It's not a big deal at all. Just think about my pacing and what I've done in January and February. I'm a bit further usually by this time, but I just have been a little on the stressed out side. Hi. I'm going through some things. I'm going through some things. But it's all right. It is A-okay. Everything will pick up. Haunted, okay. Open Water is so good. That's what I've heard, that it was good. Catherine House. Whew. It's okay. Okay, so the thing about Catherine House is it's very polarizing. Like, people either love it or they hate it. Literally. Like, I don't really see many people who are kind of like in between. And it just was not my cup of tea in terms of like writing and what it was attempting to do. It wasn't for me, but I have people who I have similar reading taste to who absolutely loved it. So I would say definitely take my review with a grain of salt, because you may end up reading it and you may love it. So yeah. Started Tristan Strong. Okay. Y'all, I still haven't read Tristan Strong. The Paris Apartment. I feel like I've seen a couple people reading The Paris Apartment. I don't know if we'll see. It was a book of the month pick, right? I should know this. I think it is. Remember a couple days ago. Yeah, it is. It's a good book. It is a good book. Hope it was good. Open Water too. Yeah. I'm so happy to see so many of y'all doing library related schoolwork. I mean, I know it's tough because you're writing a paper right now, but like, I had a collection development policy. Oh, I love to see it. I love to see it. I'm gonna read it as soon as I finish. Yeah. I don't know what's been going on, but it's now not slated to come out till August. I don't know why I got pushed back so much. Our Roads Lead Here. Okay. I've seen a couple of people read that one. Crescent City. Let's see how many I do that all the time, and I work for the library, so I listen. I get it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, midterms are coming up. Yeah, it is. It's almost. Yeah, it's March. I can't believe it's like the middle of the spring semester. That's oof. Middle grade. Okay, middle school March. So I'm reading Keeper of the Lost Cities. I have a copy of Keeper. I just bought a copy of Keeper of the Lost Cities. Literally just bought a copy of it maybe like a couple weeks ago because it was on sale at Books A Million for like $3. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, I've been meaning to read this series for a while. I definitely am interested in picking it up. Yeah, I forgot that March is middle grade March. You see how out of like touch I am with things right now. I forgot it's middle grade March. Thank you, I appreciate it. And things will get better. It's just, going through a rough patch. That's all. It's gonna be David said so. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. In these streets. I get it, Aaron. Yeah, I haven't. it's so many books I feel like I've been wanting to get to. I just have not. I just haven't done the thing yet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amari did get pushed back again. Yeah, I think people are still thinking it comes out in April, but it does not. According to what the information that I have, it's not coming out now until August. So, okay. How is Cultish? I mean, Isaac Kiss in the corner. Yeah. Um, she has a new one. I forget what the title of the new one is. I'll have to look it up, but I haven't read the new one yet. But she does have a new one it features a little boy in it. Yeah, okay. I currently have like 20. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Got a message. I have 20 checked out and then like 16 on hold. And I literally, I wish I could show it to y'all. Probably can't though, because of the lighting, the way that the white light's gonna look. Okay, so I have 15 on hold. Yeah, I have 15 on hold. Which, I mean, but they all like, okay, so they all say stuff like 4 weeks and 2 weeks. But when they say like 2 weeks, those bad boys all come in at the same exact time. But I do have 20 currently checked out. I have Arusha, Hidden Valley Road, The Storm Runner, A Thousand Steps into Night, The Chosen One, The Lost Dreamer, Gods of Jade and Shadow, Pilar Ramirez, The Turning Point, New from Here, Only a Monster, Golden Girl Out of My Heart, Know My Name, Last Gate of the Emperor, The Red Palace, Leviathan Wakes, Beasts of Prey, and Witches of Brooklyn. So I have a lot checked out. Yeah, my library does limit. Bree wants to know if you want to combine sprints. Why didn't you just text me? She could have texted me. Hold on. I'm about to call her. Because of course we could combine. Why is everybody telling me Bree? She said she did text? Her text didn't come through. Yo, how you got people coming in my chat talking about do you want to come? Bree wants to know. Yeah, hold on. Let me send you the link because I was like, why is everybody like literally all of a sudden all the comments were like, Bree wants to know, Bree wants to know, Bree wants to know. I cannot. Yeah, let me send you the link. All right, hold on. I'll send it to you on Instagram. All right, bye. Listen, I can't believe y'all are funny. I can't believe y'all did that. All of a sudden, I just saw all y'all talking about. Bree wants to know if you want to join live sprints. That's cute, y'all. That was cute. Now let's see if I remember my Instagram login on the computer because I don't feel like I do. I don't think that's it either. This is gonna be fun. I think that might be it. Fingers crossed, y'all. It was the right password. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. Me and Bree just did not. We didn't like. Bree and I usually do sprints together, but like we didn't. We didn't. I don't know what happened this week, y'all. I think we just have. We both. Well, I know that I had a very very crazy week. Like a very crazy week. So we did not know. Oh, so the Amari and the Great Game is not coming out till September in the UK? Yeah, it's August here in the US. Hey, Tren. I feel like I haven't seen you. Is it Tiara? or Tiara? Tell me if I'm saying it wrong. Let me know. Y'all are great though. Now I don't remember where I was. Oh, I was answering this question. Yeah, my library does limit holds. Like are you talking about like for like the ebook stuff? Um it does limit holds. I think the most holds I can do is 20. And look at Instagram sending me all these notifications. We don't recognize that login. You have 24 checked out, 22 on hold. Mallory, what is your limit? Do you have a limit? I know we do have a limit. Tiara. Okay. Cool. Yeah, everything is about to come out. Sorry, y'all. I feel like I just got so much going on right now. Everything is coming out. First of all, let's talk about the stuff that's coming out in May. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out in May. But you know, spring is a big time for everything to drop as well. So, and fall. And then winter is when stuff kind of is like it's a little bit slower. I feel like fall is also kind of slow. No, fall is big. I feel like summer, I don't know. I feel like spring is always a big time and fall is always a big time for releases. I know winter releases, when I'm thinking about it in terms of like when I'm going through and I'm ordering and how it's been so far since I've been in my position. And I think that this is the most ordering, like as we're getting into spring and I'm looking at titles that are releasing in like April and May. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out. It's a lot of stuff that's releasing. My whole limit is 20 and it's always maxed out. Mine is 2 Jennifer, always. 50 checkouts and 30 holds. Y'all be working this system. Let me tell you. Y'all work the system. Okay, so this is interesting. Mine too. So we have separate limits for digital and physical. But what's interesting about it is that, hi Boo. Not we made
Hey.
it now everybody's trying to get us together under one roof.
Yep. Under one
You're
sound,
muted.
one band.
Okay. I'm about to say.
Listen, I'm reading A Master of the Djinn,
Oh, she
and
must
it's
be on the
giving.
phone though.
I like it a
She might be
lot.
on the phone. But yeah, sorry, answering this question. We have separate limits for digital and physical. But when you check out stuff digitally, it works against your physical holds. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't make any sense.
No, that does make sense.
Are you talking to me? Or are you on
Yeah,
the phone?
I'm
I
talking to
can't hear
you.
you.
You can't hear me?
Mm-mm. Glad I
Damn,
could read
let's
your lips though.
having a full conversation. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, your sound is.
Woo, woo. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Wait, so y'all can hear. Wait. Gina, you can hear Bree? How
Woo.
come I can't hear Bree? Oh, I'm so. Oh, oh, I had my volume.
Wow.
I had my volume turned off.
It be like that. It be like that. Listen, I was in a meeting and I kept telling this lady, I was like, look, ma'am, I can't hear you. She's like, what do you mean you can't hear me? I'm like, I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. This was literally on Friday. She was like, no. What do you mean? I was like, you got to check your stuff. Like, I can't hear you. Come to find out, my volume was on 0. I was the weakest link.
Yeah, but I sure enough was sitting here reading your lips though.
I was having a whole conversation. I was like, I read Master of the Jinn and it was really good. And then you were like, oh, I'm trying to read this thing. Does it make sense? I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
And then I was like, that's what I was like, I think she's talking to me, but then it also looked like you were on the phone. So I was like, let me not interrupt her conversation on the phone.
Oh no,
But you were talking to me.
having a full combo.
Baby, how have you been?
You know, doing nothing. I did a movie with my patrons today. I'm very proud of myself
We do one
because
tomorrow.
oh, okay,
We're
okay.
doing Shama said we needed to do Dark Knight.
Oh, we just watched The Weekend Away, a thriller.
Hmm.
It was on Netflix. It was good. What else did I did? I made chicken today in the air fryer. It has a weird aftertaste. So if I get a stomach situation, I'm throwing it all away.
Yeah, see how your stomach is, and then if it's not good, just it's time to trash it all.
Cause I mean, I put a little salt on it and put it in the microwave. I mean, in the fridge, thinking maybe it tastes the way it tastes because it don't have enough salt. I don't know. But if it's not
Mm.
given, I'm gonna head out. Um, okay. When
Oh,
are we reading?
we're about to start reading now. I just need to know what time. I was waiting on you just to
Oh,
start.
nice. I was trying to head
Yeah, I
out.
didn't want to start before you got here.
Appreciate the love. Appreciate you, love.
Of course. All right, y'all. How? Oh, jeez. I know I'm not yawning already.
You should have seen. Are we the same person or what? I was yarning at the beginning of my sprints. I was like, I'm so
Listen,
sorry, y'all. The yarn is
that's there. All right, y'all. How long? No, we're sprinting because I need to get these reviews in order for me to film this video.
there. Damn.
And Saturday night is like the one night like that I stay up late. I don't stay up late like that no other night.
Yeah. Whitney, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'll be okay. I'm feeling like
Wait,
I'm
what?
good.
Why is Ashley's hair down and she wearing hoop earrings? What do you
You
mean?
are? Why you hating me? Not you saying details, Salter.
Details about what? What am I missing here?
About your earrings and your hairstyle. Who
What's wrong with my
style
hair?
dog who? Uh-oh. Let's see this shirt. That look cute.
I'm about to take it off and put on a tank. It's hot. I just threw something on because we had to run out and go get groceries today. I need to throw on a tank top.
Yeah, you
I
need
got a little link real quick, and then I'll be here. But I got somebody stopping to see me real quick to
okay,
check on me.
cool.
To check on me
Okay.
because yeah.
I like to check in. Check in. Woo! Amen. Check
Amen.
in.
Oh, it's giving sultry.
It
I
is.
appreciate it.
It's giving. I just went on a date and
Mm.
better have my money.
Oh, let me find your things, Bree, so we could do. Seems like 30 minutes is a consensus.
Yeah, I think 30 minutes would be good for you because you might pass out.
Don't do that. Hold on, I'm coming.
You might pass out.
I'm not gonna pass out.
We're not gonna claim it. We're not gonna
No, I'm
claim
not
it.
gonna claim it. Okay, hold on. It's in your playlist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Wrong one. 30
Number
minutes.
one.
Royalty-free music. Discover
Can
Epidemic
y'all hear
Sound.
that?
Get
Yeah.
The commercial? All right, hold on. Let me share my screen.
I might make my oatmeal in the sprint.
I'm trying not to eat anymore after 8:30.
Listen, I'm trying this fast and see what happens. But I suck. I'm ruining it every time because I keep choosing the chicken.
The chicken. All right, y'all. We about to start. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer. God, I can't talk.
Happy reading, y'all.
Happy reading.
Are we reading, or we just went right into a 15, or where we at? I realized I went and got some cantaloupe like when there was a minute left. My bad. I came back with the knife and the piece I was cutting. Yeah, I don't see Ashley, so I say let's dig in on this 15. I'll finish reading. Y'all finish reading. She's probably still visiting. And happy reading.
Wait, I'm back. My bad. I literally was watching it on my phone.
I showed up. Like
I'm sorry. No, I wasn't asleep.
I gotta go put the knife back though. This
Okay.
ain't look. This ain't a good look.
No, I wasn't. I was not sleeping. I really wasn't sleeping. I was. I had a visitor, real quick. So how did everybody do? I'm trying to get myself together right now. Can you tell? How did everybody do? How many pages did you read? Okay, 67 pages. That's a lot. I got no reading done, no nothing done. But I am here. I need Bree right now. Bree.
This cantaloupe is given. What's up?
A lot just happened in 30 minutes.
You about to text me? Damn it, shirt. Cooperate.
When we do this next sprint, I'm gonna have to text you because a lot happened in 30 minutes. Okay. 32 pages. The City in the Middle of the Night. Ooh, how are you liking The Echo Wife? Bree, you like this one too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. 37 pages, 40.
Okay, greenhouse. You better get your humidity up.
12 pages. Is that the hold on. Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Is it the new one?
Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
24 pages. Sounds good.
That cantaloupe was good. Maybe
I bought a lot of fruit today, but you're making me want to break my 8:30 thing. I bought plums and peaches and nectarines and apples.
I say eat the apple and live your life. For me, I just feel like, look, this is my body.
Yeah.
It's what it is. But if you feel like you need to, stick to that 8:30, I say you live your life, drink your water.
Maybe if I do like nothing after 8:30 unless it's fruit and water.
Yeah, you probably could do that. I'm drinking coffee, which I have no idea why.
Oh, I need to make me a cup of tea. I have some mint tea that I need to drink.
Mint tea is for sure putting me to sleep.
Yeah.
That's 100% sleep. That's
really?
Oh yeah, for sure. Mint tea supposed to put you to sleep.
Oh, never mind. Let me not drink it then.
I'm for sure going to bed. I learned that in Ukraine. They used to be like, you can't sleep? Let me crush up these mint leaves. And they would make me tea, and I'll be like Chatty Cathy, and in 2 seconds I'm out.
You're out. Okay, so this is interesting. I keep hearing like a lot of people have not liked Ashes of Gold.
Shit, I got an arc of it.
I have heard that a lot of people who have read it did not like it. Or they're currently reading it and they're not liking it.
That's unfortunate.
You're right. I don't. I do not at all. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And it makes me like so nervous because I was like, oh, I need to go ahead and get a copy of the book. But now that the reviews are coming back, I'm like, I may just wait.
I hate reading reviews because this is a video idea I want to do, but hundreds of booktubers have done it. I think you have even done it. But I just want to have a record of all the unfinished series that I haven't finished. And
Don't
it's so
listen.
many. It's so many. I
It's
thought
so
I was just,
many.
it's so
It's so
many that I
many.
haven't finished. It's embarrassing me and my homegirls.
Yeah,
Also,
it is the sequel to Wings of Ebony, and I really enjoyed Wings of Ebony. So like I didn't pre-order it or anything, but like it was on my radar to get the sequel. But then like reviews have started coming back and I'm like, ooh, yikes. Like it's just a lot.
y'all, Jersey,
Live your life. Okay?
live it, eat it, eat it,
Eat it.
eat it. Latrice is becoming like one of my favorites, just in general.
Mhm.
And the way you said Ashes of Gold needs to just get that audiobook, I felt that in my spirit. I feel the same way about Daughters of Jubilation. If you want me to finish, send that audiobook. It's a hate crime.
And it makes sense because when I went to go buy the ebook for the library, the audiobook had not released yet. And they haven't even done an audiobook,
Mm-mm.
to my knowledge.
Mm-mm.
They haven't done one.
Nope. I check
Because
literally every couple months.
usually what ends up happening is that even if the audiobook hasn't released yet, on the back end I can see like when it'll be released in order for me to purchase it. And like there's nothing available for it at all. So I'm like, y'all haven't even put this into production yet, probably.
It's real sad. But like a sister, your girl is ready. I low-key want to start that one tonight, but then I'll be up all night because I know I'm gonna need to start and finish. But
I wonder if I don't know if it, because it costs more to produce. And I don't know if it's a financial thing or not, or what the publisher may be doing. Because like it all I mean, it can vary. And some audiobooks are like stupid expensive. Like I hate that Blood Like Magic.
is it
They
expensive?
The audiobook it was like $100 for me to get the audiobook.
Holy, so I should be
Mhm.
grateful that my library have the audiobook for both.
Yeah, if they bought it through Overdrive or Libby, it was $100 for a copy. Yeah. And that's a tough decision to make because like especially if it's like for us, Blood Like Magic did very, very well in terms of circulation in physical and ebook copies. Like we got so many holds on our copies that were like part of our permanent collection that I
Yeah.
had to lease copies in order to fulfill the holds, just to make sure people were getting it. And even when we bought the ebook copies, we had to buy multiple ebook copies or multiple licenses basically for ebook copies in order to meet the demand. And I was very nervous that if I got the ebook, we were going to have to buy, I mean, if I got the audiobook, we were going to have to buy multiple copies of it. And I mean, it's not that like every audiobook is cheap, but most of them range in between like 50 to 60 a piece.
Mm.
And when you
You could have got
and you
two
get to
audio.
keep it in your permanent collection, but the thing
Mm.
about it is that I can't remember if her book was metered access or if it was permanent. That could have been a factor too. I can't remember because if it was metered access, that means that you would pay $100 and it could only check out 26 times and then you'd have to buy it again. So if you think about like if
It's
20
expensive.
people are on hold for that book, for that audiobook, you'd have to buy multiple copies of it to meet the demand. And then if it's metered access, it's not a book that you get to keep in your permanent collection. It was just mathematically, it was expensive for me to buy the audiobook for that one.
Side note, not to rub it in. She sent me copies of
I
both books,
saw. I
and it's
saw.
great to me. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, they're super expensive to produce, and then on the library back end, like there's so many different stipulations depending upon like what publishers it's coming from. So like some publishers only do metered access audiobooks, which is what I was saying, where like you only get X amount of checkouts before you have to rebuy the license. That was really, really sweet of her. And she signed them, right?
Yeah, she gave me like bookmarks, and it was
That's
like
sweet of
her art.
her.
Her art is just so nice. I said, "You drew this?" And not her spelling my name right. Amen. We love to see it.
Oh, she did spell it right.
I love when somebody spelled my name right. I might just jump on them, sexually. I don't know. It depends what the mood is. But
That's
yeah.
pretty. That second one is
So I'm
pretty.
excited. I'm excited for these. I'm reading these for show this year.
But
Gonna finish
basically,
these.
yeah. So what ends up happening is that like if depending upon what publishing company it's coming from, you can get an OC. Is it OCUC? I forget what the term, but it's just a permanent copy, or you get a metered access copy. And then audiobooks are always more expensive than the ebook. To get ebook copies, it's a lot of complicated stuff that goes into buying this stuff digitally. And people forget that Macmillan put an embargo on us at the beginning of the pandemic, or right before the pandemic.
Say more about what that means.
So basically they were saying that if it was a book that was published by Macmillan or any of their imprints, libraries could only buy one copy of the book at a time, one digital copy of the book at a time. And then after 6 months, they could buy multiple copies. So if you had like, I think Michelle Obama's book Becoming was released under a Macmillan imprint. So you could only buy one ebook copy. You have 150 people waiting. You could not buy another ebook copy until 6 months later.
Shit.
Yeah, Macmillan was it was right before the pandemic, because when the pandemic hit, that's when Macmillan pulled back on the embargo, because a lot of people were kind of like, access, you're stopping access at this point because people can't physically.
You definitely are. Like, I'm gonna do one thing, then holla at me in a month.
Yeah,
like, what does that even mean?
But then Macmillan was saying that the reason why they did that is because libraries were causing them to lose money via ebook and e-audio. And I'm not like y'all don't have to like don't do no shit where you're like, I fucking hate Macmillan. I'm never gonna don't do that, because Macmillan's imprints are out the wazoo, and I promise you're gonna read a Macmillan book. Like when it's all said and done. I still read Macmillan. I still get stuff.
I read 2 Macmillans 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, I still get books from Macmillan. It's just interesting, like being an influencer and working with them, and then being a librarian and working with them is like two different things.
Yeah. I'm seeing if the
book I'm reading, and then they deal us with the chaos, because then we have people calling us and asking us, what's that?
The Master of the Gin right now is a Macmillan audio.
Macmillan? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Tor is Macmillan.
Tor is Macmillan?
Yes, it's an imprint of Macmillan.
I like Tor. I like Tor a lot.
Yeah. No, is it Tor or is it Orbit? One of the two. Or Tor and Orbit the same thing?
Google that, that
I'm about to Google it. I feel like Tor is an imprint of Macmillan, because what ended up happening was that they use Tor as an example of how they were losing money. They were using thank you, Orbit is Hachette, Tor is Macmillan. They were using statistics from Tor to prove why they needed to place the embargo. But see, the catch-22 about that is that Tor is a very like specialized imprint. Your reader base for that is very specific. So pulling numbers from Tor already in itself is faulty to pull from such a small sample of readers. So it was a mess. But yeah, Tor is Macmillan.
I love the short stories they put on tour.
Exactly. That's why when people were like, "Oh," because there were libraries like, "Oh, we're gonna boycott Macmillan," and we were like, "How? How? Macmillan has so many imprints. You wouldn't even realize that you're reading a Macmillan book because you're thinking it's something else when it's really an imprint of Macmillan. You wouldn't even realize it."
And some of y'all favorite authors do short stories on tour all the time.
All the time. All the
So
time.
get on it. Get on
Yeah.
it. We're gonna sprint 5 minutes, y'all.
I was about to say, did you want to? I was about to ask, what's the next time? Because I need to start writing these reviews because I didn't write not a single review in the past 30 minutes.
We can sprint right now. I mean, we at the end of the Piggin and Macmillan. Piggin?
Okay. Penguin?
Penguin. Jesus.
What did you call them? What did you call them? Penguin?
Penguin. Pagan. And we're singing and we're penguin.
Oh gosh. How long y'all want to sprint? Wednesday books is Macmillan.
45 minutes. Give us a long one.
Okay, we could do 45. Aaron, I don't know if you caught me saying that, but Wednesday books is Macmillan.
Did y'all hear that? My girl is never trying to do a 45 with me. She's like, Brie, I'm not doing 45.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're like,
oh
yep.
no, I need a 45 because I need to knock this shit out for real. And I need to rein my focus back in because I got thrown off.
All right, I'm looking forward to the text. I'm here for you and your reviews. I might simultaneously read and upgrade my Goodreads, but y'all, Goodreads is gonna have to fall off this year, and I've accepted that.
Yes. One day I will switch to Storygraph, but I can't do it yet.
My Storygraph is up to date. And my personal, tracker.
For me with Storygraph, it was the comics thing that threw me. That's why I stopped, honestly.
Oh yeah, the comics is rough.
It's rough.
And they don't have a lot of. They struggle.
Yeah, it was so hard. Hold on, let me pull up that 45 minute. Do you have a 45-minute one?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I gotta go right now. I don't wanna leave, but I gotta go right now.
Wow.
I know. I had to say that. All right, I'm putting in the chat my personal tracker I've been working on.
Okay.
Any tips are welcome.
What did I just hear myself?
No.
Oh, that's your personal document that you use?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, any tips are welcome. Shout out to Yanni for helping me with it.
Hey, yo, I didn't even know that you came up with a personal tracker.
Yeah. It's not fully me. I got the template from the hardback Hoarder. I forget the ordering of the name.
Hardback Hoarder.
But I deleted a bunch of stuff and put in new stuff. So it's like half her, half me.
Can you email that to me?
Yep, I'll share it.
Because I've been trying to yeah, please email it to me. All right, y'all, you ready?
All right.
Okay.
What's up, Ma? Okay, period. Okay, sis. We
Mute
see you.
yourself.
Oh, my bad.
I don't want to scare anyone. But how did y'all do?
I just ran across this young black man who is streaming on YouTube, and he has 5.97 million subs. And so many people are sending him money in the chat, and I am so happy for him.
Right?
So happy
You would
because
just get dollars.
he can't be no more than 18, and people are sending him $200 at a time. I mean, to have almost 6
Dang.
million, like, get your coins. Yeah.
Dang.
And I love that for him. He's gaming and shit. Yes. I love that.
I heard gaming YouTube is where it's at. That's when the money's at.
Yeah. They
Yeah, I heard
doing it
that.
for this young man. He got 55,000 people in the chat. Wild. I love it. I damn near want
You
to
said
send him $1.
55,000?
I'm gonna send him $1. I ain't gonna be that way. I'm gonna send him $1. That's all
What
I
you
can
got to send this
afford.
man $1?
Huh?
I said, now you got to send this man
I'm
$1.
gonna send this man $1. I love it. I love it here. Yes, get your coin. I like this. I'll never be seeing black people win like that on YouTube. So when I see it,
Right?
I'm like, yeah, I ain't got 200 like the mother folks, but I send $1. I ain't that way. Yeah, the payment went through. I was worried. Okay. Yes, get that dollar from me.
Okay, 18 pages. Okay, got his. Hey. I feel you, Aaron.
He must be a part of my little sister generation.
20 pages. Okay. Yes, good. I'm glad that you finished your paper.
Yes.
Hey. Oh, Josh.
Not true fan send too. Don't come at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tried so hard to not scare anyone.
Damn. It be like that.
Ah, Daughter of the Moon Goddess was so good.
I'm glad
All
you
of
got
it
an
was
arc
so
of
good.
like a sister. Are you coming to the Crime Readers of Color book club at the end of this month? Are you coming, Kissy?
Right? Josh is out here throwing the dollars up. I'm still
Really?
discombobulated. I'm not. I'm still trying to get my life together.
Oh no, not
Uh,
you in Lala world.
Not in Lala World. I'm just
Josh out here setting up reparations as you should.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
yeah. Love to see it.
I started writing the review for The Other Black Girl, and I was like, I just want to go to sleep now because I just got irritated.
No, let that be last. Come back to that.
I think I
Killing
may have to come
Bishop
back to
Lee is
that one.
not enough.
That's a hard one. That's such a hard one
Yeah.
to write a review for. I mean, I didn't like it.
Damn.
Deidre didn't
Well,
like it either. Deidre texted me as
there's
soon as she finished it.
there's not a soul that I know who liked it.
This right here, this part.
And I'm assuming Nella was also black.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I
But it
feel
is
about Ella May and the Black of the Bear I just read. Anti-black. It just was too much to
but
get.
black. It was weird because it was just like it was weird because in the beginning she comes off as like this very pro-black, very for the culture woman, but then you see, but it's because she's the only black woman in a sea of whiteness. But as soon as another Black woman comes into the picture, you see how insecure she really is in her Blackness, and it's frustrating.
This is Black of the Bearer, is what it sounds like. Sounds like
It
y'all
was
just read a classic.
so frustrating.
Mm.
And then it's that pitting Black women against each other.
Ooh, yuck.
Yeah, like
Yuck.
all of the all of the all of the drama was between Black people. There were white people who were a part of it. Like there was a lot of microaggressive behavior that was coming from white people, especially in the workplace, which I understood. But when it came down to the nitty gritty of like the actual conflict, it was between Black women. And I didn't like that. That didn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
It just, like it just
No.
didn't. Not till you said my review, throw the book away. I mean,
Man, you gave it 2 stars?
I gave it 2 stars.
Dang, I just went on Goodreads and you were the first thing that popped up.
Yep, I gave it 2 stars. It just wasn't like, see, it's the same thing. I felt like that whole Black women against each other in the workplace, like it just, because maybe in my situations, especially in my field, because it's predominantly white women in my field, when there are Black women in the field, I feel like we intentionally go after each other to connect with each other because there's so few of us. So to kind of see the narrative where it's like there's only room for one Black woman who is deemed acceptable by these white people, it was just, I didn't like that. And then the weaponizing of Black hair plays a role in all of this too. I mean, this shit didn't sit well with me.
Oh.
It didn't sit well with me.
1 star.
I just feel like it wasn't FUBU. It wasn't for us by us at all. I didn't read it as a satire. I didn't get, and maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it. I didn't
like satirical writing, so that's
but
me.
I didn't pick up on it as being a satire, and I mean that could have been my problem too. But like, satirical writing is very tricky too, because I feel like your audience, like for instance, Black Buck, I knew was satirical. Like it was clear as day that Black Buck, and I still struggle with that one because of the way that it was written, and it was taking nods at Black people in corporate America. But I knew it was satirical. It was very obvious that it was satirical. So when I went in, I knew that. But with this one, like I didn't, it wasn't communicated in a way that I would think that it was a satire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, oh man, like I can't, I'm so close to doing a rant review on that. I'm on the verge, but I'm like, I don't know whether I want to do it or not.
I mean, if you need content.
Right?
And you
That
need
might,
energy. I'm just saying, if you need content and you have the
that might
energy.
be, I don't do rant reviews very often.
I know. I'm just
Yeah, I don't
saying.
do them often. So
So
I did not know that it was.
today I took a page out of my old book. No, yesterday. I took a page out of my old book and I said, Bree, we're gonna content create today. So I created a schedule for my content all the way until the end of June.
Good for you. I would love
Will
to
it
do that
happen?
if I could stick to it. I can't stick to it.
That's what I said. Will it happen? I don't know. When I did it, I was pretty like legit on it. Like today, I filmed
Mhm.
all of the videos for March, um, which never happens. But if I create it in advance, I'll do it. But if I don't, and I'm
Mhm.
stuck in the middle of the month with nothing, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you.
my cousin do want to come back, Aaron. He keeps calling me. He's like, "Cuz I'm famous. I'm famous, cuz." I'm like, "Cuz you're not famous." He's like, "I'm
He's
famous,
a trip
cuz.
now.
Everybody love me, cuz. They love me, cuz." I'm like, "They don't. They actually hate you." He's like, "That's not what the comments in your video saying, cuz."
Wow.
He think he famous. Y'all need to stop bucking his head up.
Wait, yeah, I see. Yeah, because she did work. She worked at, I forget what publisher she worked for before she went to Doubleday, which I think is who published this one. I it was also in very it was very much so supposed to be commentary about the state of publishing, but like she didn't really say anything that we didn't already fucking know. Publishing is white. We know that. Like we absolutely know that. But by creating a scenario where you have black women competing against each other in a field that's already dominated by white people and you're not holding Deidre made a good point. Like I don't feel like any of the white people were held accountable for anything. Like nothing in this book.
Wow, I can
So
see that.
you have black people being held accountable for stuff, but not a single white person in that book I felt like was held accountable for anything that they did. It was man. Yeah, promotion book. It could have been said any place. You're right. It didn't say there was nothing new. There was nothing new talked about. Like there was nothing added. And then like I'm trying not to be too spoilery about it. I feel like what's her name? What's the other girl's name? Hazel. Hazel wasn't Hazel's character development wasn't good either. So by the time that you come full circle to everything, it's like even Hazel's character development, it was weird to put Hazel in that position when you don't she wasn't as big of a problem as she should have been. In the context of everything that happens, Hazel was not as big of a problem as she should have been because when it was all said and done, Nella really was not woke to begin with. So it didn't make a difference. Hazel's purpose of being there was nothing. There was no reason for her to be there because if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, like Nella never really did anything to shake up her environment besides those diversity classes. So there was no reason for Hazel to even be in the picture to begin with when you figure out why they come into the picture. There was no
Mhm.
reason for it because Nella wasn't doing anything to make any people really feel uncomfortable. What white person in that book was she making feel uncomfortable? Nobody. Because she wasn't checking any white people on shit. So by the time Hazel came to the picture, I was like, okay. And then when you get to the end of the book, I'm like, well, why the hell was Hazel there to begin with? Because it's not like Nella was checking anybody on their bullshit. It was exactly like me and you on the same wavelength. She was never a threat to begin with. She was never a threat. The only thing, the only thing that I can't even talk about this, but y'all this shit gonna piss me off.
It looks like we need that rant review.
Yeah, we gonna have to do. Yeah, like oh man, like mm-mm. It just that shit just not like It just didn't make any sense. None of it. None of it. And Kissy's literally saying everything that I'm feeling right now. Like Hazel was the one who really like it should have been reversed. Almost like it was just weird. Like her intentions with the book just it didn't make any damn sense. Like I'm low key. I really want to I want to spoil this shit. I want to spoil it so bad. Because if I tell you exactly how this book ended, it'd be like, man, this shit don't make no sense. And the fact that hair grease was involved also pissed me off.
What?
Yes, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck she like. Damn, I almost thought the author was Nella, to be honest with you. I'm like, are you Nella? Like, what, bro?
This
Like, what the fuck?
I want your rant video to be similar to a series I started called like Black AF moments in whatever book.
Yeah.
So I want you to do like, you know, most frustrating moments in the book and like make a list of them and pot it so that we can understand the nuance to why you're pissed.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Bree. Oh, Bree, are you ever going to read it?
No, not at all.
Okay. If you don't want to know what happens, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. I'll count to 5. You can mute me or you can exit because I feel like I need to unburden my soul, like Jessica's saying. Okay. So,
I'm
one
burdened. I'm waiting
Mississippi.
for you to read that other book for me so I can see what's up. I
What,
forget
the
what
Colin Hoover book?
Yeah.
I'll get to it. All right. Let's see. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Okay. So basically, Hazel is a part of this weird group of individuals that use hair grease to allow them to be more capable of handling themselves amongst white people. It makes them more docile. But when they do this, they can be the only Black woman within that company or that organization because if not, it makes things, I think this is my perception, that I think it makes things too obvious. So only one of them could be present there at a time. The weird thing about it is that when Nella is first like when you're introduced to Nella, you learn about her in the context of what she talks about with her friend. Black Lives Matter movement. She follows a social media guru who like is very adamant about talking about the Black experience, whatever. So that's the lens that you enter with when you're talking about her, right? Then when she's sitting in her office one day, she smells this cocoa butter all of a sudden. And she's like, hold up now, like this is the same cocoa butter that I use or that she's familiar with, whatever. And she's like, there's no other person that would use it except a Black girl. So this is where the other Black girl comes in who ends up being Hazel. So Hazel comes into the picture, right? And like Hazel is the epitome of what Nella thinks a Black woman should be in terms of like owning their Blackness. She has locks, she has roots, like family roots and like the civil rights movement. She's actively aware of the Black experience, like just the epitome. And that's where my issue came in because I feel like you become so hyper aware of how insecure Nella is in her Blackness. Now, what happens is the women who are in this the women who use this hair grease or whatever, okay, when they come into the picture, usually it's because there's a Black woman in a company who stirred some shit up, meaning that she's made her white counterparts feel uncomfortable some way, somehow. The reason why this book was not fucking executed well is because Nella never did anything at this publishing house to stir anything up, y'all. Like nothing. She holds some diversity classes, which she gets irritated about because nobody wants to attend them. She does deal with some microaggressions, but Nella doesn't ever push back against the system. So when you find out that Hazel is there to kind of become the Black woman of this company, it doesn't make any sense because at the end of the day, Nella was not a problem. They didn't need to get rid of her. She was already very complicit in how she was maneuvering within that company. So Hazel, at the end of the day, to me, didn't even serve a purpose when it was all said and done. I was like, this shit
Mhm.
don't even make sense. And the fact that she used black hair as the gateway to alleviate trauma from us having to deal with the microaggressive behavior of white people, I was like, bitch, what the fuck do you have going on? Really?
Clearly,
Hair grease? We gonna use hair grease? Hair
clearly,
grease.
it's internet.
Literally, they go to a party where these girls are like, they're hanging out and they're getting their hair done and they're like greasing each other's hair. And that's how they get transformed into these more like docile versions of themselves where they're not losing their blackness, but they're learning how to be honest with you, it felt like you're learning how to code switch to navigate white spaces without making them feel uncomfortable.
No, ma'am.
It was just it like the whole thing just like none of it sat well because it was no reason for Nella and Hazel to even have any conflict. And I didn't like that the narrative had to be about two black women going toe to toe and being in a company, which I guess in some ways, like maybe 10 years ago, I feel like that could have been a conversation. But in 2022, I feel like a lot of black women are at the point where it's like, if we're in a company, and I'm saying this from my own personal experience, I
Mhm.
feel like if we're in a company where we know that we're few by far, we're not gonna try to compete with each other for the acceptance of the white people in the company.
No,
Like
ma'am.
that's not how we would maneuver. Like
No,
I know
ma'am.
for a fact, like there's two new black girls that got hired within my organization. We don't even work in the same department. We all work in different departments. As soon as we saw each other, hey, when y'all trying to go to lunch? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, seriously, like the
Or
first
no, no, no. I remember there was one time I saw this black woman and I chased her down at my job. I was like ran after. I was like, "What's up?" Like just the other day, there's a new person that that got hired at my job. I quit. I didn't tell anybody I quit. I guess you
Mhm.
knowing that I quit. I quit last week. And this new black woman started, and she was like, I came here on faith. You know, I packed all my shit. I came from Tallahassee and I came all the way up here to Minnesota and I stepped out on faith. And she
Mhm.
didn't have anything, but I have a bunch of shit that I was going to bring to the Goodwill. So I came home. I was like, what do you need? She didn't want to tell me what she needed, but I knew she needed stuff because she said she only came with a suitcase. So I gave her my old NutriBullet. I gave her a air fryer, a garbage can, like a bunch of knives, just a bunch of
Mhm.
shit. Because for me, that's fellowship, right? Like if I see
Mhm.
another black woman, I'm loving every black woman to infinity. So there needs to be some sisterhood there, even though I'm leaving.
Mhm.
And this book sounds like there's no, so the code is lost, is what
It,
it
it
sounds like. The
it
code is
really
lost.
it really is, and like I know that, and you make a good point, Chrissy. I know that it still happens in different. It happens in different pockets of of professions. It is. It very much so is a thing. And I know academia really is the roughest place for all of that. Um,
Ooh, yo, true. I'm
but
in higher education. Well, I was in higher education.
but I feel like if this was supposed to be commentary on publishing, let's just put it this way: putting out stories where we're fighting with each other doesn't help.
Not a good move.
It doesn't set the tone for what work is really being done in the background, which is why I feel like this is one of those stories where it was not written for us. I feel like it was an explanation of how it could possibly be for Black women in certain professions and how we have felt the need to compete with each other in order to reach this level of acceptance from white people. And that in order to do that, in essence, we have to lose ourselves. But see, we as Black women don't need to know that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those, it's the conversation that I feel like y'all have been having, Bree, like you, Shay, and Britt have been having about who are these stories being written for? Because although the diversity may be there, where we're getting Black narratives, it's not a Black narrative that is for Black people. It is a Black narrative to explain something to other groups of people, and not a way that is often positive.
Yeah.
And it just really, I did, and it didn't even feel like fucking Get Out. Because it was marketed as Get Out meets The Devil Wears Prada, which I
but
didn't like. Go ahead.
But I feel like there are people writing these stories contingent on what publications and I mean big clubhouses or whatever they're called, what they want. You know, these publishing houses and what they want. I just find I've been reading a couple thriller and mysteries by Black folks, and every one of it has like some type of hard racial trauma in it. And not saying those stories can't be told, but they're told from a way in which um, it'll be like a good story for someone who's non-Black and don't have those experiences to listen to. But I'm just like, can we just have a run-in-the-mill, like, you know, she killed her husband, now she on the move, and there's just like random folks in it, and you know, like why it's like everything has to have a racial component or some type of like trauma porn happening, if you will. And I don't understand where that comes from. I just don't. I'm already gonna feel uneasiness going into this thriller or horror because of the genre itself. And now you're just throwing in race, and now you're throwing in all these other things. Not saying these stories can't be told, but I feel like it's most of the thriller and horror I've been reading lately by Black folks, which I feel like it's a little bit of like, it may be a little bit of maybe I have to write this because publishing houses want these type of stories, or I'm writing this because this is my experience. You know, you never know.
I think what's interesting though is that, you know, this conversation now that's happening about Black joy versus Black trauma, and I also think it depends upon what age category you're looking at in publishing. I think
Yeah.
that children's lit is more likely to put out books that focus on what we call incidental stories, like Black kids just doing normal things, average
Yep.
things that they do, not
Yeah.
thinking about things in terms of race or trauma or anything like that. But I think that YA in adult is where it they struggle a bit. And I always think that for me, it's not that these stories shouldn't get published, because I think running on either end of the extreme, for me personally, I think is also a dangerous narrative. I think that it's about
It's
having
crazy.
that balance. These are stories that are worth telling, but how many compared to, you know, your black joy, or just a genre book where you are um
There's
you're just following the characteristics, like you said, of a genre, like a mystery or thriller. Like you're
yeah,
just
like
doing.
there's two Black women I know who do that well. Kylie Garrett, and Alexa Gordon.
Mhm,
Like it's sticking to the story, like the plot, not the fact
mhm,
that they are Black sleuths, Black
mhm,
women who are sleuths, or Black women who are this. Like, of course, there are going to be moments of them being like, you know, I side-eyed this person because they thought this when I was in the grocery store. And then that's it. You know what I mean? It's not the whole story is predicated on the fact that they're Black, and that racism and the Klan is there. It's like, can I get a break? I know people ironing their sheets for the Klan rally on a daily basis. I know they
mhm,
out there,
mhm,
but I need a break.
mhm. I just feel like, when that balance is found, it will be better, which is why I'm not quick to also, how do I say this? I'm not quick to push aside any story that deals with any content like this. For me, it also comes down to execution. And this
Mhm.
story, not only the simple fact that now we're getting to the point where it's like, all right, like now the market's becoming oversaturated with stories like this. But I think too, the story was not executed well at all. The story itself actually didn't make any sense because the whole purpose of the story, I keep going back to, was Hazel was supposed to be there to fix something, to rectify someone ruffling some feathers, which is the message that was being sent. But there was no need for her to even exist as a character because Nella wasn't doing that. So it, to me, the execution also was not there, which also made it a very difficult story because, as I always say, if you know me, you know my reading taste, you know my reading patterns. Ashley does not really stray very far away from reading a lot of trauma based books. That has always been me. Um, which I realize that if I'm reading all of this, I should highlight books that I know for a fact illustrate those incidental things or they illustrate Black Joy or whatever the case may be. But I mean, damn, like it wasn't well written. I mean, past all of the things about trying to teach the experience of Black people to non-Black people, the story itself was not well written. It did not have a logical flow to it whatsoever. The pacing was trash. You spend 80% of that book doing nothing, literally doing nothing. It is the last 20% of it where you're like, now shit's happening. Then there's random narratives, which it does tie together, but it's so randomly inserted into the narrative of the story that it becomes disjointed. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of technical shit that was wrong with that book too.
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't reading it.
Yeah, yeah.
You want sprint?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that representing these books is Black Joy. They picked up Black. They picked up Black Magic too. Yeah, I think that I don't know if they're really I don't know if publishers have picked up on, and then we can sprint. Sorry, Brie. I don't
No,
know if
it's
publishers have necessarily picked up on the Black Joy versus Black Trauma thing yet because they still are leaning very heavily to the side of Black Trauma. I know that this is terminology that we use in librarianship right now. I don't know how far it's extended to publishing, but I know that librarians are having conversations and not just about Black Joy and Black, not just the Black community, but trauma versus what we call, and I use joy very loosely because every story doesn't need to be joyful. It needs to be incidental, meaning that you see non where you see marginalized communities doing the same things as their white counterparts, like everyday things. So that's why I'm more inclined to use incidental than joy. Um, but the conversation to happen, just publishing itself is not. They're not there. Well, I'm not gonna see. That's kind of a lie. Publishing, it depends on the age category, because if you look at children's literature, picture books, board books, beginner readers, children's fiction, you're more likely to see a balance than you are in YA and adult. And that's the truth. It's easier to find a balance in that age category than any other age category. And I'm not sure why that is. Okay, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
So what? How many minutes you want to do?
It's up to them. Kidlit is doing a much better job of that, but you don't necessarily see that in conversations because people don't read. It's very interesting who reads Kidlit, which is mainly Chrissy parents and educators and librarians, which you're not going to see across social media as much as YA and adult. But that's just my opinion. What do I know?
$45. I'm here for $45.
I could do
45.
45.
Yeah.
Right world, please. Daughters of Jubilation does that. That's not really fantasy. Or is it?
I
feel yeah, that one's kind of hard. It's not really fantasy, I don't think.
It's like
I think that's
genre
fantastical
bending. It's like genre bending a bit.
Yeah, it's genre bending. It's more genre bending than anything else. I think Kissy, I think middle grade, I think it depends on what middle grade you're touching. Like middle grade children's and picture books. I'm sorry, Brie. I promise I'm gonna shut up.
No, I'm sorry. I know you hear these people having wild banshee sex. That's what I thought you heard though.
No, I didn't hear it.
Yes, no.
I will say middle grade children's and picture books, there's more that's published of them than anything else. So it depends on what you're picking up. I think that those that are heavily marketed can have that tendency, but I do feel like children's, how do I put this? Picture books, beginner reader board books, children's books, and middle grade, you have a bigger opportunity for those lesser known books to not focus on that stuff. And I find that the ones that are not highly marketed are the ones where you'll find a better balance, if that makes sense. Okay. I think it depends upon who you're picking up. Like when I say that there's hundreds of children's and middle grade stuff like released a month, it's like no joke. It's hundreds. I think that it's the most popular stuff that is trauma heavy. If you pull back into stuff that's not really getting a lot of buzz, you'll find the stuff that's not as much. Okay, I'm done. 45 minutes. Are we doing 45?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna,
like, okay.
I'm gonna shut up now.
People
Yeah,
have
I
a
just feel like I'm gonna shut up
discussion
now.
too.
I'm gonna shut
I
up.
ain't coming
I
at
just
you. Oh, my phone's about to die. Let me just not touch that anymore. Okay, I'm ready. I'm getting ready
Are you
right
ready?
now. Yeah. Okay, ready.
Okay. All right, y'all. What happened? Oh. How'd y'all do?
People are banging on the door, bro. I hate living in this apartment building.
Me and you both
People just be fucking banging on the door, man.
doing stupid stuff for no reason.
No fucking reason at all.
That's all I have left to be, Brie. I'll fall asleep if we sprint again.
Damn. Really?
What?
It be like that.
I'm serious. I am, your girl is struggling. I've been tired lately, though. I've been, like, really, really tired lately.
You ready to head out?
Hmm.
I say you ready to head out.
Mm-hmm. Take the shower and get in bed. I also have to get up in the morning and do laundry, and then I have a live show recording at 12, and then the movie at 1:30. So I have a lot going on tomorrow.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do?
I'm ready to call it a night, girl.
All right.
I mean, I'm ready to get off this live. That don't mean
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking to you.
Oh, okay.
It's stupid. You know that.
I was
Last
trying
time
to.
we did this.
I was trying to be creative, and I fucked up.
No, I'm sure you didn't. I said last time, we did this. I went to sleep with you.
Yep, you said I'm out.
Actually, you fell asleep before I did, so don't do that.
Right? Yes. Shout out to me doing the work.
Yeah, you went to sleep before I did,
Yeah,
actually.
I'm always the one to last fall asleep. I'm glad I said I'm out. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Because you turn your back to the camera.
Not me turning my back. I
said
said
you put your audiobook in and you turn your back to the camera. I was like, she about to be knocked out.
Yeah, I did wake up. I woke up.
Then you did wake up. Yeah, you did wake up before me though.
Yeah, I woke up. Like, what's going on?
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for coming. I'm glad that y'all were able to be productive.
Mugs had to get their reading in. I respect it.
I got no reading done, but I did get started. I'm not gonna even lie and be like, "Oh yeah, I got a good chunk of my review." I didn't.
Let me see how far I got.
I got started on my reviews.
I finished 5 hours and 47 minutes, but I thought I was at the end of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Guess not. 37% into Master of Jinn.
Dang.
Yeah, I thought I was putting in that work. Clearly, that was fake news. So,
your nails are cute.
Oh, thank you. I did them myself. Because I'm not paying nobody to put gel on my nails.
I'm about to retwist my hair. I was gonna go to my loctician, but I think I'm about to retwist it myself.
Yeah, man, it's expensive.
Yeah, and I just don't have the money this month.
Yeah,
to be doing that. I'm about to retwist my own hair.
I'm not gonna tell you that I haven't been there. That I have not done that before. I have. Absolutely.
I mean, I used to retwist my hair before pandemic restrictions eased up. I was retwisting my own hair.
It's just something about somebody else doing it too.
Yeah, man, this shit so easy.
It's just something about somebody else doing it that I
It's so easy when somebody else be twisting it. I ain't got to worry about like
nothing.
Nothing. It's all right though. I'm gonna retwist it myself and clip it and yep, and do the thing. That's it. I'm gonna do. All right, y'all. We finna hop off.
Okay. See y'all later. Thank
See
y'all.
y'all later. Thanks for coming.